Coming up this morning on Daybreak, the fall semester is about to start for many college students. How COVID-19 could impact enrollment numbers. And construction delays have led to a temporary change for some Springfield families. We'll explain. Also, you might notice some work zones on the road this time of year. With more projects underway, MoDOT is reminding drivers to be more cautious. Those stories and more coming up for you on Daybreak. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak and starting your day with us. Today is Wednesday, August 12th. I'm Jennifer Abreu. We have some local news and regional news to tell you about this morning, including why MoDOT is telling us drivers to be more careful on the road this time of year. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Elisa Raffa on what we can expect from the weather today. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning. It's kind of a half and half forecast. Some of us with some showers, some of us with some sunshine. But a pretty sunrise this morning.
Yes, it is a pretty sunrise. So half and half. I like that a little bit for everyone, depending on what you like. You just different locations, right? It'll vary.
Yeah, because we've got one system that's exiting. So you get the clouds to peel away from west to east as we head through the day today. This morning, we're starting out with a really pretty orange-looking sunrise with some low-hanging clouds. It is 67 degrees in Springfield right now with some southerly winds and some dew points in the middle and upper 60s. You've got some showers to the south in central Arkansas. They're even farther south than Harrison and Mountain Home. Otherwise, we are dry out there. It is 66 degrees in Monette, 68 degrees in Branson, and 67 degrees in Springfield. And it is humid out on that muggy meter map. So expect mostly dry roads today, some showers possible to the east. So if you live east of Springfield, you could have some wet roads out there today. At the pool, you'll have some sunshine returning, at least in Springfield, turning mostly sunny with those highs up around 90 degrees. So showers to the east. We work on drying out for a few days, and then healthier storm chances return by Friday and then again on Sunday. Cool down coming next week. Details on that in 10 minutes. Jen?
Elisa, thank you. New this morning on Daybreak, MoDOT is reminding drivers to be mindful of work zones while traveling on the roadways, as you might see more workers out on the road this time of the year. Caller 10's Nija McDonald met with the organization and joins us live now with more on its message. Good morning, Nija. What is MoDOT telling drivers?
Yeah, Jen, good morning. MoDOT's message is simple. Slow down, put your phone down, and pay attention as you drive through work zones like the one behind me. Now, I met with a local maintenance engineer who says work zone safety is very important. He says that work zones can look very different. He says that they're not alike. Some can be moving operations such as striping, patching, or mowing. They can also be short-term, temporary lane closures to make quick repairs or remove debris from the roadway. Driver inattention was the #1 cause of work zone crashes last year. Now, Darren Hamlick, that maintenance engineer, says we've been fortunate in the Springfield area to not have any protection trucks hit this year. However, he says 2 were hit last year.
We did have 2 hit last year. They were both at night. One was hit during a moving operation. We were striping on Kansas Expressway last summer, and we had a drunk driver hit one of our TMAs at night at a high rate of speed. The other TMA that we had hit last year was on I-44 on the west side of Springfield. We were doing some bridge sealing at night, and we had a driver fall asleep and run into our work zone and hit a truck-mounted attenuator.
Well, in 2019, 18 people were killed in work zone crashes in Missouri. Reporting live in Springfield, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
Nija, thank you. And the Missouri Highway Patrol also released its annual inspections of school buses across the state. In Springfield, 95% of its 159 buses passed, and only a few were defective or out of service. The vast majority of larger districts had similar statistics. However, approval ratings for many smaller rural districts were in the 60 and 70% range. 2 districts in southwest Missouri, northeast Vernon County and Walnut Grove, currently have all of their buses defective or out of service. In education coverage this morning, parents of kids who were set to attend Sunshine Elementary were notified that construction on the school will not be finished by the time school starts in just a couple of weeks. In a letter to parents, Principal Tracy Daniels said students that planned on attending Sunshine Elementary will now be attending school at the former Portland Elementary School. Sunshine Elementary is being renovated and expanded, and it is set to be completed on October 4th. Students will attend the fully functioning former Portland Elementary and will return to the Sunshine campus when it's completed. The project was funded by Proposition S, which Springfield voters approved back in April of last year. Springfield Public Schools Chief Communications Officer Stephen Hall says the district is grateful for parents' flexibility.
This is just one more way that our school district is demonstrating that we are able to adapt and be flexible, and we certainly appreciate our amazing teachers and support staff, our parents and our students for the grace and the understanding that they are showing to us as we continue to need to be adaptable during these challenging times.
In the letter to parents, Sunshine Elementary Principal Tracy Daniels said, "While we are disappointed by the need to make these adjustments to our plans, we know that it will be worth it in the end. The renovated and expanded Sunshine Elementary will represent an extraordinary transformation and will serve our community for generations." Well, it's been almost 5 months since the passage of the CARES Act, and many are saying Greene County is slow to give out the money it received compared to nearby counties. Greene County received a total of $34.4 million. Presiding Commissioner Bob Dixon says the hiring process for a professional grants administrator, creation of the 30-member Community Advisory Board, and creating the online application did take some time. Dixon says the approval process is tedious, but they want to make sure it's done correctly.
And yes, there have been rumblings of us sitting on the money. We don't want to have that money. We want it in the community, but we have to follow the government, U.S. Treasury governmental guidelines.
Dixon says the interest made on that money will be distributed in grant. The county is also building a CARES Act transparency portal on its website, which it says will show how much has been received in applications as well as available funds. One of the organizations hoping to get approved for that funding is the Community Partnership of the Ozarks for its Merciful Nights program. Merciful Nights offers shelters in hotels and motels to protect more than 300 households who were unsheltered or hyper-vulnerable during the pandemic. The program was thought to be near its end in June, but COVID-19 cases spiked after stay-at-home orders were lifted. United Way of the Ozarks allocated $22,000 to help keep the Merciful Nights program up and running, something Michelle Garand, the Vice President of Affordable Housing and Homeless Prevention with CPO, says she's so grateful for.
Timing has been very tricky. So we had enough funding to get through June, and that's when we really felt like the CARES Act funding, would perhaps be in hand. So we're hoping to hear something very quickly from Greene County to see if we can qualify and if we're eligible and receive those funds.
Garand says the money from United Way will only last 2 weeks, so they're hoping funds will be distributed soon.
We're starting out warm out there this morning. It is 67 degrees in Springfield right now. I've got details on storm chances, heat, and a cool down. All of that coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Alisa Rafa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.